she threatened. Break up with me and I'll post your private DMs and ruin your career. I replied, I can't stop you. Then I walked into my boss's office, showed him her texts myself, and offered to resign. He responded by having our corporate lawyers send her a cease and desist letter, and then I, 35 male, have worked at my company for 10 years. Started as a junior analyst, now I'm senior project manager. My boss, Richard, brought me up through the ranks. The man literally taught me everything about this industry. We've got that rare thing, mutual professional respect and genuine trust. Been dating Zoe, 29, for 8 months. Met her at a conference. She works in marketing for a competitor company. Yeah, I know, should have seen that red flag. Things were good at first. Fun, light, casual. Then about month 4, she started getting intense. Last Monday I tried to end things. We were at dinner, and I said we needed to talk. Zoe, I don't think this is working out. We want different things. Her fork stopped midway to her mouth. What do you mean? You've been talking about moving in together, meeting families, future plans. I'm not there yet. I don't think I'll ever be there with us. You're breaking up with me? Her voice was eerily calm. I think it's for the best. She set down her fork, pulled out her phone, started scrolling. Remember these? She showed me screenshots, our private messages. Some work venting I'd done early in our relationship. Nothing illegal or unethical, but definitely unprofessional. Complaints about clients, jokes about our CEO's 2P, frustration about a coworker who got promoted over me. Okay? Also these. More screenshots. Messages where I'd mentioned upcoming project details before they went public. Again, nothing insider trading level, but definitely stuff I shouldn't have shared with someone from a competitor. My stomach dropped. Zoe, what is this? Insurance. You break up with me, I post all of this. Tag your company, your boss, your LinkedIn network. That promotion you're up for? Gone. Your reputation? Destroyed. You're blackmailing me? I'm protecting myself from being discarded like trash. This is insane. Is it? You used me for 8 months, now you want to throw me away? No. Either we work through this or your career is over. Your choice. I stared at her. This wasn't the woman I'd been dating. Or maybe it was, and I'd been blind. I need time to think. You have 24 hours. Then I start posting. I paid the check and left. Spent that night backing up everything. Every text, every threat, every screenshot she'd sent me. Then I made a decision. Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Knocked on Richard's door. Got a minute? It's urgent. Always, what's wrong? I laid it all out, showed him everything. The messages she had, the threats, all of it. I violated company policy by sharing project details with someone from a competitor. I'm prepared to resign, but I wanted you to hear it from me first, not from social media. Richard leaned back in his chair. Read through everything twice. You've worked for me for 10 years. Yes. In that time, you've never given me a reason to doubt your integrity. I messed up. You did. You shared information you shouldn't have, but you're also being extorted. That's a crime. I just want to minimize damage to the company. Jackson. He only uses my last name when he's serious. Sit down. I sat. First, you're not resigning. You made a mistake, but you came to me immediately when it became a threat to the company. That counts for something. But second, we're not negotiating with someone who threatens our employees. I'm calling legal. We're handling this properly. Within an hour, I was in a conference room with Richard and 2 lawyers from corporate. They took copies of everything. Asked detailed questions. This is textbook extortion. The senior lawyer, Ms. Rodriguez, said, she's demanding you maintain a relationship under threat of releasing information to damage your career. That's a felony in this state. What do? We send a cease and desist immediately. Make it clear that any publication of private communications obtained during a relationship for the purpose of career damage is both extortion and potentially corporate espionage, given she works for a competitor. Will that stop her? If she's smart, yes. If not, we pursue criminal charges and civil litigation. The letter went out that afternoon. Update 1. Zoe lost her mind when she got the cease and desist. First came the texts. 39 of them in an hour. How dare you involve lawyers? This was between us. You just declared war. I'm going to destroy you. Your company can't silence me. You think you're so smart? Watch this. Then she tried calling my personal phone. 18 calls. I didn't answer any of them. Then she called my office line. Reception transferred her 3 times before security flagged the calls as harassment. Wednesday evening, she showed up at my apartment building. Security cam footage, which I got later, shows her arguing with the doorman for 20 minutes. He wouldn't let her up without my permission, which I didn't give. Thursday morning was when she made her first real mistake. She created a website, therealjacksontruth.com, posted some of the messages, added her own creative commentary about how I was a corporate spy who used her for insider information. Complete fiction mixed with cherry-picked texts. But here's the thing. She registered the domain with her real name and credit card. Rookie mistake. Miss Rodriguez called me within an hour of the site going live. She just made our job easier. This is now documented harassment, libel, and violation of the cease and desist. We're filing for an emergency injunction and pursuing criminal charges. What do? Document everything. Don't respond to her at all. And Jackson, we've dealt with this before. It's going to get worse before it gets better. But we've got your back. She was right about it getting worse. Friday, Zoe escalated. She sent emails to 5 of our biggest clients. Attached screenshots claimed I had been sharing their confidential information with competitors. Complete lie. The messages she shared were about different projects entirely, but she doctored the context to make it look related to their accounts. 3 clients called Richard directly. He had to personally assure them and show them our legal filings against Zoe. That's when Richard made a call I didn't expect. He called Zoe's company's CEO. They golf together sometimes. Hey Douglas, we need to talk about one of your employees. Update 2. Zoe got fired Monday morning. Her CEO called her into his office first thing. From what I heard later, corporate worlds are small. It went like this. Zoe, are you familiar with our company's code of conduct? Yes. The part about not engaging in criminal activity that could damage our reputation. What is this about? You're using information obtained from a relationship with a competitor's employee to commit extortion. You've been served a cease and desist. You're under criminal investigation, and you're dragging our company into it. He shared information with me first. In private messages during a personal relationship, which you're now weaponizing. We can't have employees who commit felonies, Zoe. Clean out your desk. She tried to argue, threatened to sue them too. They had security escort her out. This is when Zoe went full nuclear. She started messaging my colleagues on LinkedIn, found their personal social media, sent friend requests with messages attached about how I was dangerous and untrustworthy. She contacted my ex-girlfriend from 2 years ago, trying to get dirt. She called my mother. Told her I was an abusive manipulator who destroyed her life. My mom, bless her, responded with, "Honey, I don't know who you are, but my son has a restraining order against you for a reason. Please don't call again." We didn't have a restraining order yet, but Mom's always been quick on her feet. Tuesday, we got the emergency injunction. The website came down. Judge ordered her to cease all contact with me, my employer, my colleagues, and my family. Wednesday, she violated it. Created a fake LinkedIn profile. Sent connection requests to everyone in my department with a message about being a whistleblower. With important information about Jackson. IT caught it in an hour. Legal documented it. Miss Rodriguez actually smiled when she saw it. She just violated a court order. That's contempt. Judge is gonna love this. Thursday was the criminal charges. The district attorney's office officially charged her with extortion, criminal harassment, cyberstalking, violation of a protective order. Her bail was set at $50,000. Her parents had to put up their house as collateral. Update 3. The entitlement spiral was something to behold. After making bail, Zoe apparently decided the problem was that she hadn't explained herself properly. If everyone just understood her side, they'd see she was the victim. She started a blog, Dating in the Corporate World, a Cautionary Tale. Didn't use my name, but described everything in enough detail that anyone could figure it out. Called me Mr. X, and painted herself as a woman scorned who was just trying to protect herself from a manipulative executive. Our lawyers added defamation to the civil suit. Then came the interviews. She reached out to 3 different podcasts about toxic workplace culture and corporate abuse of power. 2 declined immediately. 1 actually had her on. That was a mistake. The podcast host fact-checked her in real time. asked why she was facing criminal charges if she was the victim. Zoe stammered, made up more lies, contradicted herself 4 times in 20 minutes. The comment section destroyed her. But the real kicker came when she tried to apply for new jobs. Turns out, when you Google Zoe last name, the first results are 1. News article about the criminal charges. 2. The DA's press release about prosecuting extortion cases. 3. Her former company's statement about terminating her for criminal conduct. She applied to 30-plus companies, got 0 callbacks, so she did what any reasonable person would do. That's sarcasm dubbed you. She sued me for ruining her career. Her lawyer, and I use that term loosely because what legitimate attorney would take this case, filed a suit claiming I had conspired to destroy her professional reputation and caused intentional infliction of emotional distress. Miss Rodriguez actually laughed when she saw it. She's suing you? For the consequences of her own criminal actions? This is bold. The judge dismissed it in preliminary hearings, called it frivolous and without merit, ordered Zoe to pay our legal fees for wasting the court's time. That's when her parents got involved. Update 4. Her parents called my office. Reception wouldn't put them through, but they left a message asking me to meet them. Against legal advice, I agreed, but only with Miss Rodriguez present. We met at a neutral location, a coffee shop downtown. Gordon and Beatrice, both in their 60s. They looked exhausted. We're here to apologize, Gordon started, and to ask for mercy. She's not well, Beatrice added quickly. She's never been like this before. Miss Rodriguez stepped in. Your daughter committed multiple crimes. This isn't about mercy. We know, Gordon said. We've seen the evidence. We're not here to defend her actions, but she's lost everything. Her career, her reputation, her savings are gone from legal fees. She's living with us now. What do you want? I asked. Drop the civil suit. Let the criminal charges play out. We understand that's out of your hands, but the civil suit, she'll never recover financially. She tried to destroy my career, I said quietly, and we're sorry. We truly are. We'll pay the damages. We'll make sure she gets help, real psychological help. But please don't bury her with debt she'll never escape. I looked at Miss Rodriguez. She gave me a small nod. My choice. I'll discuss it with the company. Later, Richard and I talked. Your call, he said. Company's made whole either way. We can go after the parents' money or let it go. What would you do? 10 years ago, I'd bury her. Now, I got kids. Sometimes people need consequences, not destruction. We offered a deal. Drop the civil suit for damages if 1. She completes court-mandated therapy, 2. She never contacts me or anyone at my company again, 3. She does 500 hours of community service, 4. Her parents pay our legal fees. They accepted immediately. The criminal trial was something else. Final update. The criminal trial lasted 3 days. Zoe's lawyer tried everything, said I had led her on, that I had promised a future together, that the messages were taken out of context. The prosecutor just kept showing evidence, the threatening texts, the website, the emails to clients, the violation of the court order, the fake LinkedIn profiles. Zoe took the stand on day 2. It was rough. She cried, claimed she was in love and panicked when I broke up with her, said she never meant to actually post anything, just wanted me to fight for the relationship. Prosecutor, so you threatened to destroy his career to make him date you? That's not how it was. How was it? He used me. He got what he wanted and tried to discard me. What did he get? Sex, companionship, someone who cared about him. So, a relationship? That ended? Like millions of relationships do every day without extortion? She actually said, it's different when you're in love. The jury deliberated for 2 hours. Guilty on all counts. Sentencing was interesting. Judge gave her 2 years probation, 500 hours community service, additional to our civil agreement. Mandatory psychological counseling, $15,000 in fines. No contact order, permanent. She could have gotten 5 years in prison. Judge said he was being lenient because it was her first offense and her parents' plea for mercy. As we left the courthouse, she was crying with her parents. Our eyes met for a second. She mouthed something. Might have been, I'm sorry, or might have been something else. Honestly, I don't care. Richard was waiting outside. You good? Yeah, just weird how 8 months of dating led to all this. Some people can't handle rejection. Not your fault, she turned out to be crazy. I shared stuff I shouldn't have. And you owned it immediately, took responsibility. That's why you still have a job. Hell, that promotion you were up for? Board approved it yesterday. What? After all this? Because of how you handled all this, you showed integrity under pressure. That's leadership material. We went back to the office. Life moved on. Epilogue. 1 year later. I'm writing this update because people keep asking what happened after. Zoe served her probation without incident. Completed her community service at a local food bank. Her parents email me updates occasionally, with my permission. She's in therapy, working retail, living at home. She never tried to contact me again. Her career in marketing is over. No one will touch her with her record. Last I heard, she was taking online courses to become a bookkeeper. Something with less public interaction. I got promoted. Twice, actually. Richard jokes that I gave him the most interesting year of his career. Started dating again 6 months ago. Was upfront about the whole situation. She Googled me, found the news articles, and said, "So you're the guy." That case was wild. We're taking it slow. I'm a lot more careful about what I share, even in private messages. Lesson learned. The company updated its social media and relationship policies. There's now mandatory training on recognizing and reporting extortion blackmail. They call it the Jackson Protocol, informally, which is embarrassing. Miss Rodriguez sends me a Christmas card every year now. Says I was her most interesting case of the decade. Looking back, I'm grateful for a few things. 1, that I documented everything. 2, that I went straight to Richard instead of trying to handle it alone. 3, that my company had my back. 4, that the legal system actually worked. To anyone facing similar threats, don't negotiate with blackmailers. Get help immediately. Document everything. And know that even if it feels like your world is ending, it's not. Sometimes the trash takes itself out. It just does it really loudly and dramatically first.